Whew, I am stuck. I am buried to the transmission skid in soft, sugary sand. This is beach sand. The worst. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today, we're going to hopefully rescue a diabetic who's been stuck out in the desert. Even though it's October, out here in the desert, it's 100 degrees today. And apparently this person is diabetic, running out of water. They've been out there for 4 hours, at least, digging. And like I said, it's 100 degrees out, and they're supposed to be stuck in the soft sand in a Honda. So hopefully we can help out. Hopefully we don't get stuck ourselves, so we'll see. Yeah, of course that means we're going to get stuck. So let's come along here on the adventure and get stuck together. All right, so this man was stuck off-road, and as stated, he was been out there for 4 hours. It's 100 degrees digging, diabetic, needing water. So the first thing I did was bring him some water. So I think I had a whole gallon of water, and I mixed it with like a Gatorade electrolyte drink to help replenish his electrolytes. So very important if you're off-road is to bring water and electrolytes. So there's a jug of water, and we mixed in, again, Gatorade to get your electrolytes going. Just so, you know, he could feel better, because obviously it's dangerous running out of water in the desert any time of the year. So let's learn some lessons today. We're going to learn a bunch of lessons, so let's learn together. So anyway, here I go, attempting to get to this gentleman's stuck vehicle. He's in a Honda SUV, and as you can see here, we're in a wash, so I'm trying to follow his tracks, and this is soft sand. I call it sugar sand or beach sand, but honestly, the more I think about it, this is some sort of sand that I swear we only get out here. It's less like sand and more like powder. So it's like an organic powder. You'll see in a moment here. But if you're thinking beach sand, or, you know, and I know I call it sugar sand, so you're thinking sugar crystals, or you can imagine picking up a handful of beach sand and you can feel the crystals of, you know, the granules of sand. That's not what we're about to come up on here, or what we're getting into. It's more like a silt or powder. It's organic stuff mixed in. So I hope that makes sense. If not, all I can say is this is soft sand, and it's some difficult sand. We've been out here for 11 years in the desert, and soft sand always surprises us. So I'm powering through here as we go up on this little bitty sand dune here, right here where the stuff is growing. That's the end of that. I'm stuck. And I did go ahead and air down, but that didn't help either. So after airing down, now it's time to wait for help, and help has arrived. This heroic gentleman came from a local off-road group. So I called the local off-road group, well, you know, online, and contacted him online, and he was gracious enough to come out here. So we tried some Max Tracks, you know, those traction boards basically, and they really didn't work. Traction boards were just sliding and digging in, and we jammed those traction boards in there pretty good. And his truck back there is a Ford Ranger, 90s Ford Ranger, and he actually overheated getting in this sand, you know, kind of driving in the sand, kind of overheated his engine. His radiator reservoir blew a bunch of coolant. So we're trying the Max Tracks while his truck cools down. And I've got the Kinetic Rope hooked up to the GX here. So I have a bunch of recovery gear. And that's going to be lesson number one, is always travel with recovery gear. But we'll go over the lessons later. Anyway, he's backing up. He's only got a ball hitch there, but he's got some loop attachments. So I'm using a soft shackle around one of his loops to the Kinetic Rope. And we're going to go ahead and give it a go here. And see how this Kinetic Rope does. See if he can pull me out with my trusty Kinetic Rope.
Yep,
And
I'm
this
here.
Kinetic Rope has not let me down.
Yep, I'm in
Yet.
reverse, foot off the brake.
Awesome.
So here we go.
I'm gonna gun it right now.
Yeah, so that's that. It made it look easy. So I know there's all sorts of stuff online about Kinetic Ropes and people sing its praises. What I'll add is it shines in this sort of soft sand stuff because the truck pulling his Ford Ranger didn't have to, floor it or gun it or continue driving and digging in once he yanked me. He just, once it catches, you just stop, and then the other vehicle doesn't get dug in. I hope that made sense. If it didn't, it's the best thing to have in soft sand situations versus a static rope or a flat rope or a tow strap. So now I'm rescued, but we got to get the gentleman that we started out came out here to rescue to begin with before I got stuck. So the Ford Ranger's going ahead. And now I'm staying down in the wash, and as you can see, there's pebbles on the road here, or rocks, little rocks, which help with traction tremendously. And it's just a lot firmer down here. Now, I am aired down to 15 psi. If anyone wants to know, I'm aired down now, and that's obviously to lengthen the tread pattern and get more traction in this soft stuff. But you can see it's rocking, getting more rocky here, so that's no problem for the GX in this situation. But it's those soft, organic, powdery, sandy stuff that gets you. And we'll see here in a moment when we reach the stuck Honda that he is caught in a similar situation, if not the same situation. But what I should have done was stay down in this wash and kind of go this way. But again, we're going to talk about lessons later, because the fun part about off-roading and doing these adventures and rescues is you get to fail. And the fun part about failing is you learn from your failure. And the fun part about learning from your failure is that you improve and you become more successful. So ultimately, failure leads to success. You only truly lose if you don't try to play the game at all. So get out there and fail. So I'm taking it easy here, but this is no problem for the GX. Well, of course I'm aired down now, so that makes it a lot less sketchy. But as you can see, the amount of rocks here aid in the traction, so I'm just trying to keep as best I can on the rocky stuff until we get to the Honda. And there's the Honda. It's going to be to the right here. There you go. Look at that. So same type of situation. This organic kind of mound where the mound reaches the wash. If you don't know what a wash is, a desert wash, that's what we're in. The flat part, that's where water drains or floods or washes when it rains in the monsoon season. And that's the flat part. Now up here where he's stuck is like I keep calling these organic sand dune. You can see how powdery. Look at that mound that he dug out, and it's just powder. It is not granular at all. And it's where all those plants grow, and they shed their organic stuff, and they break down, and it's. I know I keep rambling and repeating organic, powdery sand, but you're looking at the results of not being aware of that. Both him and I were stuck in it, and we're trying the traction boards here, the Max Tracks, or they might be generic Max Tracks, whatever they are, but you get the idea, traction boards, and it didn't work. So I'm under there now with a soft shackle, and we're basically going to do the same setup. This particular Honda has tow hooks on the front, so I know you're not, quote, rated recovery hooks, but just use common sense. We're just given this Honda's really light compared to the Ranger, so it's just going to take a little nudge to get him out of here. So don't go crazy, use common sense, and don't attach to the ball hitch.
Okay, foot off brake.
I'm sure you know that.
Okay.
That's dangerous. A little tug here. and out it comes. So that's 2 today. Kinetic Rope is simply epic. Alright, so what are the lessons we learned today? The first thing is, and I say this all the time, and I didn't follow my own rule, which is be prepared for whatever terrain you're going into before you get stuck, not after. I should have aired down when I entered that wash and I saw the soft sand and the potential to be stuck in soft sand. So I should have been configured beforehand. So be configured beforehand. I did not air down beforehand. The next is carry recovery gear. That definitely helped. All the ropes and shackles and crap that we all collectively had help get the job done. Then we got you want to carry water or some sort of liquid electrolyte. Then call for help as soon as possible. Don't wait. If you're in trouble, get online, call whoever, do whatever you got to do to find help, because the longer you wait for help, obviously the situation could get worse. And from now on, I'm going to be airing down any risk of sand. I'm not going to be lazy like I always am when it comes to airing down. Soft sand risk is going to be mandatory air down for me. So finally, we're going to learn from our successes, learn from your failures. So this is a bunch of failures, but as I just stated, as long as you learn from your mistakes, learn from your failures, you're only going to get better with whatever you do in life, not just off-roading. All right, if you found this video helpful or entertaining, please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you, and have a great, great day.
My door, I've been feeling the boom. Just a little after 4. So what's up with that core? Was really just bored. Yo, break out the sword and let's go cruising in your Ford. Watch out, yeah, sweet snow is the deal. As she shouted, it's the funky lesson 1 to the grill. I should have known that something wasn't right in walking. The biggity boom was just ticking and clocking. A night boy in plaid is passed from his dad. Another straight in the fight, man, but he wasn't from the right clan. Stop all the nonsense, defense is my defense. Oh yeah. I know the mode is daily dense. Time has passed on, but it's been a million days. We're still knifed and divided, running round in haze. Nothing divided. Nothing divided from the century of the cool cat. Deep down with the cling of the hot hat. Flip that bass and then they knocking at my door. I've been feeling the boom since a little after 4. So what's up with that core? Was he really bored? Yo, break out the sword. Let's go cruising in your Ford. Yeah, watch out, yo, sweet snow's the deal. As she shouted it out to funky lesson 1 to the crew. I should have known that something wasn't right in walking. The biggity boom drum was just clicking and talking. Night boy in plaid is passed from his dad. Another straight fight, man, wasn't from the right clan. So stop all the nonsense, the fence is my